All right, Steve, we just spent some time at IT Nation talking to a bunch of MSPs, and there's some questions about specifically when you're hiring an outside salesperson, what does the first 90 days look like? Because you're not expecting any revenue at that point. So what do you look for?
Well, the very first thing that we are actually going to talk about here a little bit later today with this whole organization is it starts before the 90 days. So if you get a good salesperson hired, they're hard to keep. So make sure you keep them engaged. Send them a little something to their family. Make sure you got them ready to go so they're onboarding, so they don't get another offer from their employer. But let's just say, you've got them on board. Today's their first day. What do you start doing? You should have a playbook that you're designing around your company. We happen to do it in OneNote, where we're just putting down notes so we can continue to add to those things they need to do. How do they record their time? Where do they get the logoed paper? That kind of basic stuff. And then as you move into more skill set based type stuff, measure the activities. How many calls were made? How many reach outs were completed? How many network events did you go to? Are they in the CRM and you're tracking them and measuring the results of it? Which one of the specific questions I was asked, Nate, is, okay, they've been recording this, but how do I know whether it's good or not and leading to positive activity and maybe a positive salesperson down the line?
Yeah, you're looking at the results, right? And then you have to coach. So they might be doing the activities but not getting the results. So then you need to walk alongside them. And I think that's one of the lessons that we've really tried to impress upon people that are trying to get out of owner-led sales or hire that another salesperson, is that they need to be walking alongside them for probably the first year, let alone the first 90 days. So that's really important. The things that we've found too, that to be successful in the first 90 days, and I'll say the first 2 weeks, I'm a big proponent, because just because this person comes on board doesn't mean the rest of your duties go away. So I'm a big proponent. Whenever somebody new joins my team that reports to me, I want the first 2 weeks of their schedule mapped out, literally hour by hour booked out what they're doing. And I try and alternate it between doing a video training or meeting with somebody in person. So try and alternate that so their life for the first 2 weeks isn't too boring. But the first 30 days, I want them to learn my tech. I want to learn what we do. I want to learn how to talk about us. I want to learn how they can go network. So day 31, I want them out networking and being able to communicate our message. So the first 30 days, I want them learning our message. And then the from 30 to 90 days, we actually put this in the comp plan, in the offer letter, is that you earn your second quarter's, if we have a guarantee in place, which not, if they're a rookie, we don't always have a guarantee, but we still have the same expectation. But we will say you earn your second quarter's guarantee by setting at least 6 first meetings with qualified prospects, and usually attaining some sort of a certification, like a Microsoft certification, like MS 900 or something like that. So that first 90 days, we're looking at those key behaviors. Are they getting out and networking? Do they set those 6 first meetings? Are they able to follow those plans? Are they able to execute autonomously? Do we have to ride them all the time? I mean, ultimately, it's a sales manager's job to follow up on that plan, but you want to see the rep executing that plan without having to push them along the way the whole time. So those are some of the key things we look for in the first 90 days, where you're looking at the key behaviors and of course the results of those behaviors. But sometimes you don't see some of those results until 6 months, three or 6 months down the road. But you're looking at the key activities, because if they can't do those key activities, they're definitely not going to be able to sell new clients.
I'm going to highlight one thing just as we close that you said that somebody might have missed. That variable kind of where you're intermixing videos and different trainings. If they're great salespeople, they probably have a short attention span.
That's true.
So if you bore them to death, they're not going to last. So that is really key point.
Yeah, give them human connections early on so they start building relationships with their team.
All right, that's our point for today.